mark my time for making dinner very well. And yes, so I was just finishing putting tea on plates and stuff like that. I mean, I know other people could have done it, but I was the one making dinner. I just didn't manage my time very well. So obviously, that is why I'm late. So I was gonna do it from outside today in the garden, but the gray clouds have just been going over all day long, and it just seemed too miserable outside, and I couldn't trust that it wasn't going to rain, and it just didn't seem like a gardening type episode with I, don't, I have a ring light, but it's maybe I need to change the settings. It's not my normal ring light. It's Steve's, and it's not as good as the one that I have, but I need to get a different cord for mine. Yeah, that's no better. I can bring it closer, but I just wanted to give you guys a sneak peek of the kitchen a little bit. Let me check. Yeah, it's as good as it gets. And yeah, so if I bring it closer, it'll be brighter. But I'll just be a little bit dark right now because it gives you more of a view. I can pull it in a minute. But yeah, so I was going to do it from the garden, but the weather wasn't as nice as I wanted it to be for a garden episode. And I know you guys are curious to see the kitchen, so I'm giving you a little bit of a sneak in the kitchen. But there's no window, like uh, window dressings on. You can see the sink, the double butler sink behind me. But we are having two different taps as well, which is this one that has like a shower head that you can spray, and we're also having a corker one that gives you instant boiling water and stuff. So, but yeah, I'm really happy that we have double sinks. And then the other thing is that underneath here it's open right now, but that's because we're gonna get a cupboard here. It needs to be replaced because of all the stuff that needs to go on for the corker. So there'll be doors behind me that match like these. This is the dishwasher. Um, the countertop as well. This is a temporary countertop, although it looks gorgeous. Stuart, Steve's best friend, has the same ones, and he says his just have gotten stained and cut up and everything else. And we would love the butcher block. Actually, we wanted like thicker butcher block ones if we did have them, but we are actually having quartz or granite, anyways, countertops. So they're not in yet. So this is just a temporary one that we're using, which I'm really happy about because it had with Sunny coming to visit and everything else, and the fact that we're having to wait this long now for countertops. If we hadn't had these ones in the garage that we had bought a few years ago that we thought we'd be using, we would have no countertops for weeks, and I'd be really, really frustrated because right now the kitchen is functioning, and that's lovely. The big fridge, the everything. It's wonderful, but I'm not going to give you the full. Actually, depending on how long it takes for countertops, I might do some cooking stuff in here in the next few weeks. I need to set up the glass cupboards. Mom, I did see that you said hi. Hi, Mom. I need to set up the glass, like the cupboards with glass doors. I need to set up stuff in there so it looks nice in them instead of just looking all willy-nilly like it looks right now. And even the stuff in the corner here, the little drink corner, this isn't staying like this either. It's just like that's the problem as well with the kitchen is not that most of the kitchen's not done, but I haven't put things all where they're going to be and everything else. So I have to figure out what I want to do with the window as a compromise for me getting to have plants because it's great lighting in here, especially for my. The thing I like about starting, I like starting not seedlings, but if I'm trying to propagate in water and different things, I like having them on this window ledge because I see them all the time. I can see if they need water. I can check how they're doing, and the lighting's great in this window. But at the same time, we want it to look nice. And I had a bar up there to hang plants on, but I don't think Steve's gonna want just a bar like that hanging there unless we put a nice one. And what did I say? Oh, I said a glass shelf, and he said so. We'll have to see what the compromise is between for me and him with me being able to have some plants in the window and not looking crowded and messy. But yes, so welcome to season 7, episode 7, and from a little bit of the kitchen. You can hear a bit of a noise in the background. That's just the fan on the cooker. once you use the oven, the fan stays, even if you're done with the oven, the fan stays on until it's cooled off. So that's what you're hearing in the background. But you are getting a bit of the garden in here. You can see a foxglove that's right here, because um, something different about our house than a lot of houses. Well, especially in Canada, we have a lot of our houses in Canada have like flower beds right against the house. Here, for some reason, and this isn't normal on houses here either. Steve doesn't know why it's like this, but I think it might be part of the foundation because there's no basement. But oh no, I think someone said it was poured separately. Anyways, all around the edge of the house, there's like a walkway, like a sidewalk all along the edge of the house, and it's like right up against the house. So instead of using that, like we'll walk on the grass, and then I use a lot of that for. I have some chairs on it and stuff, but most of it's like plant pots and stuff. So right up against the house, everywhere is plant pots. That's why like this foxglove looks like it's right up. I guess I didn't need to explain that because if it was like a house with a flower bed there, you wouldn't be surprised to see a foxglove. But yeah, it's pots all outside the window. Hi, Auntie Diane. So yes, so this is a little sneak of the kitchen, and yeah, I am really excited to show off the whole kitchen. It's been lovely walking through it and working in it, and everything. We still have to figure out which of our pans are magnetic and which ones aren't, and then we need to read the instructions or watch a tutorial video on how to use the induction hub. So I've used the ovens, but I haven't used the burners on top. I still don't know how, and I don't know if we have what pots we have that will work on there. I know cast iron will work because it's magnetic, but that is something to test out. So how are you guys today? How was your week? What is new with you? Um, so Sunday, was it Sunday night? No, Monday night. So me and Sunny on Monday we went out for lunch and to we went out to Wild Wood for lunch, and I had pizza. And then what else did we do that day? We just did some shopping and stuff in Northwich, and it was a great day. And then in the middle of the night on Monday night, I woke up at like 2:30 in the morning and just sat up, and I knew I felt nauseous. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna throw up. Like not just feeling nauseous, but when you know it's like brewing and coming. And I know that this will be gross for some of you, but I want to explain. Like I've had 3 pregnancies where I've been like nauseous and sick the whole time, like the whole pregnancies. It didn't go away after the first trimester, and every pregnancy got worse. So I know what it feels like to be sick. I mean, everybody's been sick before in their life and thrown up. So, but this was like no other experience I've ever had. I threw up so hard that it was pulling underneath my armpits. Like I don't know if it's because of the glands there or whatever. It just felt like it was pulling there. It was so uncomfortable. I wouldn't say painful per se, but just uncomfortable. And I was so loud. And I heard while I was being sick in the bathroom, Thomas say to Steve, and this is 2:30 in the morning on a Monday night, which he should have been sleeping anyways because he had work the next day. But he said to Steve something about I'm watching Lucifer, and then it sounds like there's an exorcism going on in there. And yeah, it was just like whoa, like the noise that came from it. I've never ever had an experience of throwing up like that before, and it was horrible. And so I went into the shower and sat there because again, it might be too much information for some people, but as an older lady, and I don't mean old lady, I just mean older than a young lady, when the pressure of throwing up makes me wee a little, so I can't really, that's why I'm either on the toilet with a bucket or like in the shower. So I was sitting in the shower, holding the shower, and just like, trying not to be sick. I had my bucket in there, which it was horrible. But it was like 2 hours in the shower. Thank God that we have a boiler that keeps hot water hot. Otherwise, I would have just been freezing in there. Because I would have stayed in there even if the water wasn't on. Because where else am I gonna pee myself while I'm throwing up? But yeah, it was like 2 hours before I could get back into bed, and So I thought of it because it came on so suddenly, and it was so violent. I thought that it was food poisoning, but then for the rest of the week, I've been really just under the weather, and um, yeah, so I've been sick all week, not throwing up all week. Just that was the only time that I threw up, but I've just been under the weather. I'm finally starting to feel better today, but yeah, so it wasn't food poisoning. I don't know what it was, some kind of bug. I know Steve's not been feeling 100% either, and nobody else is throwing up, but the house is feeling a little bit under the weather too. And yeah, so who knows what it is or was or whatever. At least I'm finally feeling better. So I haven't got a lot done this week, which was very frustrating because every day I would wake up hoping that I felt better because I like to be productive. But oh, another thing that we're doing in the kitchen. So once the countertops are in, uh, excuse me. I'm just gonna grab the sample and show you what it's probably gonna be like. Okay, so the countertops are probably gonna be like this. I hate the ring light. There. Give you guys a chance to see it. Okay, so the countertops are probably gonna be like this, and but we're not only just gonna have the countertops, the behind the sink, it's gonna go up, and then on top of the window ledge, it'll be on there as well. And then the splashback. So you know how we have cupboards on top and cupboards on the bottom. Then there's a splashback. In Canada, we call it a backsplash. Those will be tiles, and the tiles will come around where the cooker is, and the tiles will be uh, however high. The same as the splashback. So in between, so the bottom of the cupboards where that ends, it'll be a higher. Anyway, so yeah, so there's still stuff that'll be happening behind me too, including so that when the countertop's there and it goes up like that, it'll look nice, but it'll keep it waterproof as well. So I'm gonna grab my drink. Not that my brain has, as I said to Sunny last time, I have a drink when I can't think of what to talk about. I am having a drink because I just saw my drink on the table and it made me want some. So we had a lot of views on last week's rambling hour with Sunny. I don't know what it's at now, but it was over 100, I know. And I think there's two reasons for that. One is that the more people who watch something or look at something on Facebook and everything, the more it comes up in feeds for other people to watch and look at. So it, kind of tumbles that way. But also, it was because I had a guest, and it was hilarious. He made me laugh so much the whole time, and it went way better than I thought it would. And like he said, I didn't think he was going to be on for. I'm going to shut my Wi-Fi off. Okay, so let's try this again. What was I saying? Oh, he said that he was only going to make an appearance, but he stayed for almost a whole hour, and that made me happy, and it was a really, really good show. I'm going to pull my camera in more so that I'm a little brighter. Although I like the background. Oh, yeah, maybe I'll just move closer to you. Yeah. That's what I'll do. Okay, let's see. Actually, even that's good. Okay. Yeah, there. So we still get the gorgeous background. Is that clean enough? No, I won't show you any more over there yet. I was going to show you the cooker, but this is already enough of a sneak. All right, let's just tilt you up a little bit more. You can see the apartment building behind our house and how it looks over into our back garden. Mom, try. Auntie Diane, can you hear me? Anybody else who's on, can you hear me? Let me check my settings. Mom, you can't hear me, but try. Can I comment while I'm talking? Oh, I can. Okay, Mom, let me see. Let's see. So my mom says she can't hear me. Mom, oh, come on. Comma. Try closing Facebook and Erica, go on my live. Oh, you don't have your phone on you. It's in the room.
Yeah.
Never mind. I just say Grandma says she can't hear, and I don't know if anybody else.
My lights are going behind you to the sink.
Oh, what do you need?
Water.
Possibly, but there's water in the bathroom as well. But yeah, you can come on. Yeah.
I just need to pass. I don't want to believe you.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you should last water before you go.
Okay, so let me know if you can hear me. I need someone to confirm that you guys can hear me. Erica in the background.
Hi. Hi.
Wait, come and say hi.
Hi.
No, your face.
Oh my gosh, Mom. Hi. Okay, bye.
Bye. Night.
Bye.
Okay, I need to know that you guys can hear me. Otherwise, you're just seeing my pretty face. I'm trying to open my. So the camera's this way. Usually I put the camera that way, but sometimes I don't look at the camera anyway, so I need to put something there to stare at to remind me to look at the camera so that you guys can see me looking at the camera so it looks like I'm looking at you instead of over here at myself or over there where there's nothing. I need someone to confirm that you guys can hear me. I can ramble, but there's no point if you guys are just seeing me do actions with no words. So somebody who's watching, please comment and tell me if you can hear me or not. What else is new? So yeah, it's been. I've tried to get some stuff done in the garden. It's been just slowly moving from pot to pot, like weeding and um, Mom is saying it's my tablet. I don't know if she means that it's her tablet that's acting up or okay, she can hear me. Mom, you can hear me. Okay, so I'm guessing that you meant that your tablet is being wonky and not letting you hear me, as opposed to it being my live that is not letting you hear me. Right. Okay. So, yes. What else was? Oh, it's just going pot to pot, and which is a lot in my garden. But just taking off any dead leaves, weeding, and what I want to do is say that 2 years ago I put 3 plants together in a pot, and 2 of them are doing great, and one of them died, and now there's that empty space. I don't want to just throw anything in there, but I'm kind of trying to go to all my pots again, which is a huge job because I have a lot cleaning them up, seeing what needs something with it, and then I'm going to try and combine some of mine. So this one that's a single plant, put it in there, and then like have less pots and just reduce the number. And again, besides some annuals and stuff, I'm trying not to buy any more plants. My goal this year is still to love the plants that I have, although I did start some from seed, but a lot of the seeds I tried to start didn't work, whether it was my neglecting letting the little seed trays dry out or watering them too much or whatever. But I do have some things that I started from seed and I need to do something with them and put them in their final positions as it is already June 12th, as you guys know. So yes, that's what I was doing whilst not feeling well. I also cleaned and organized the garage, and which I wanted to do, and I want to because most of the food and stuff that would go in our pantry is in the garage, and um, so I wanted to organize that, and then I still want to organize the kitchen, and like I said, the cupboards and it's like who did I say this to? I think I said this to my mom yesterday when we were video chatting. That it's kind of like when you first move into somewhere. Like I put everything in the cupboards, but now we need to figure out exactly how we want it and what works best. Like I made this a drinks corner because that's how it was before, but I also this cupboard over here, which we don't have a lot of cupboards on the bottom because well, this is the only cupboard on the bottom and then this little one under the sink, which will be for cleaning stuff. But the rest we did drawers on the bottom. So this cupboard over here, I made into like a drinks area with all the coffee cups and everything else, and but then like the things of coffee, like instant coffee and the hot chocolate and anything to do with drinks. But because the countertop is short here, and even though we have a dishwasher, so it should look like this most of the time with no dishes, if people are doing their washing and drying the way they're supposed to be. It's a short little countertop here. You can see just a little bit, there's the cooker right there. So if we have dirty dishes here and then we wash and rinse and then we put the drain board over here, then there's not a lot of room, especially for making drinks and stuff like that. It's a bit squishy and I don't like it. So I think that I might make the drinks area like on the other. I don't know what I'm going to do, but that's my point. Is that I want to come in here and try and organize things better and put things like in a more organized way. So yes, but when the weather's nice outside, I try not to beat myself up if I'm being outside too much when it's sunny. Well, I do. When it's sunny and nice and I'm outside for days in a row gardening, I'm like, oh, you should be in the house doing other stuff in the house that needs to be done too. But then I'll get these days where it's just raining and raining and raining. And I'm like, don't beat yourself up on sunny days because there'll be enough rainy days to get everything in the house caught up. So yes, I was doing stuff in the garden whilst it wasn't raining. But yes. So what else is new? I don't know if it'll pick up on here, but there is a whining dog in the background. Thomas's bedroom is right above the kitchen, and Allison is watching Nova for Tom while he's out with his mates. And um, Nova obviously would rather be downstairs playing with Lena or going outside or whatever. So she's just being a nuisance for Allison and whining up in Tom's room with her. So if you can pick it up, then that's what that is. And if you can't, then that's fine too. It just gave me something to ramble about for 2 minutes. So I don't know where everybody is this weekend. Mom, you can tell me where Melody is and such, but if you're watching this now or watching this at a later time, I'm sorry that this is why when I had Sunny on last week, it was great because when I have someone that I can work off of or talk with, then it can be funnier and more entertaining. But if nobody's really commenting, giving me topics, or if I have nothing that I need to catch you guys up on or anything else, then it could be pretty boring and just me, like, not just rambling, but like on and on and on rambling about nothing important. If you look behind me, you can see the apartment building, but and then you see this big green thing that looks like a hedge. It's actually called Russian vine, and it's growing on top of the fence. And um, it every year it just gets taller and taller and taller. So I'll trim it, but I'm bringing it in like narrower, but I leave the height. So Steve actually planted it, and before I got here, and it's just like the fence is about actually like about there. So that is great space for birds to be in and to nest in and everything else. And it's getting higher and higher. And Steve's the reason for Steve planting it was to give height to the fence so that it covers some of the apartments behind there so they don't look into the garden quite as much. Oh, we have a visitor. Come here. Hi, come here. Come on. Not a good girl. You're a good girl. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. She's scared. She thinks she's in trouble. Holy shoot, are you heavy? You gotta come and say hi. Not a puppy anymore. She's still a puppy, but holy moly, you're heavy even just sitting on my lap. Nova, say hi to the people. Allison, go back there and call her so she looks at the camera. Hi, baby. Hi, Nova. Nova, look. Nova, you good girl. What's up?
Oh my.
Okay, call her now. Nova, what's up? Hi, baby. You look like a beast. Even on my arm, you look like I'm holding a beast. You're not that big, but you do. You look like a beast.
Oh.
You good girl?
Hello.
You good girl?
She's crying because she misses Tom.
You could go to sleep like this. Don't get used to it. No, you're not a lap dog. Nova's a good girl.
Hello.
There you go.
Hello.
Who's that in the camera? Can you see yourself? Hmm? Do you want to go now, Nova? You want to go down? You're a big girl.
I think she's really tired. She's
You
getting
look.
cranky.
Look how big this girl is on my lap.
Look at how she's holding your arm.
Aww. You a stinky good girl? You a good girl? Hmm? This is who I spend my days with. Hi, Nova. My furry granddaughter. Bye. Um, okay, so mom says I don't know where Mel is. Well, what can you do? She's probably taking care of the cat. My sister is allergic to cats, and her son, who is nearly 14, has a cat at his dad's house, and his dad was going on holidays. So Melody said yes, that Brock could bring the cat over to hers for a week or two or whatever while Brock's dad is on holidays. So Melody's just taking a lot of allergy pills, but she likes cats, so she's enjoying the cat that way. But I imagine her allergies are not liking it. But yes, so mom says that she doesn't know where Melody is. Melody is probably hanging out with the cat. No, I don't know where she is. And Auntie Diane says she's planting her flowers today. And that is making me jealous because it's like 8:37 p.m. here. And although it's not dark outside yet, it is evening and it will be quite dusky by the time I'm done my live. And there'll be no more gardening for me today. But there's always tomorrow. We'll see what the weather's like. So I can't get enough of gardening. I'm just addicted. I could be out there all the time. But other things need to be done, responsibilities, as we know. The kids are back in school tomorrow. And Auntie Diane says Nova's getting so big. Yes, she is. And not only is she looking big, she is, seriously, she was really heavy. And actually, even Tom, like, struggles to pick her up. And he's a big guy. So, like, Nova is not you're like a little pocket dog, that's for sure. Don't think I'll be doing that again. I think I'll just tip the camera down. Like once she was up here is all right, but getting her up here was a little bit. And plus, she thought she was in trouble. So, but she's a good girl. So that is who maybe I'll try and do a video and put it on Facebook of uh, playing with Nova outside. She can be so silly when she throws toys up in the air and then and then shakes them, and she's a nut, but she's a good girl. But she needs to stop digging holes in my lawn. But just like Lena likes to dig and bury stuffies, like stuffed toys. So Lena had to learn not to do that. So Nova just needs to learn not to do it. So Mom said she did her flowers yesterday, and I knew that because me and Mom video chatted yesterday. So look at you, Canadian gardeners gardening. I'm glad you guys are getting time in the garden because I know that I have a longer season, so I get lots of time in the garden. And I know that you guys are jealous when you see me doing it earlier than you guys. But how about this? You guys, like, it's been chilly here still, like in the evenings too. It says it's like right now it says it's 15 outside, and today it was like 17 or 18. But with the clouds going over, if the sun's like shining, it's warm. But as soon as clouds cover the sun, it's like so chilly, and I miss the hot Canadian summers. But um, maybe we'll get. Uh, so I mean, we do get a few weeks of hot weather like that. Like we had one or two in April, and was it April? Yeah, April or May. And then we might get another week or two somewhere. It might even be in like September or October. So we do get some like hot weather like that, but it is not like the hot July, hot August that I had growing up in Canada. So yeah, that's something I miss from summertime. Here it's just like I said before, I'm always waiting for summer and I'm always waiting for winter. Here it's like autumn, spring weather. What I'm used to on prairies, it's like autumn and spring weather all year round kind of thing. You can have a hot sunny day or you can have a rainy, chilly day any time of the year here. It was hard for me to get into the routine of even seeing distinct seasons here. Now I can tell by certain plants when they're blooming and stuff like that. And but even like I mean, our coldest months are only January and February, and like I said, anything can happen any time of the year. So the seasons aren't as distinct here as growing up on the Canadian prairies. So that's something I miss. And I actually heard that on a podcast too. Somebody who was talking about what they wanted in life and where they wanted to live, and they said they wanted somewhere with seasons, distinct seasons. And so I'm not the only one who likes that because if you live in certain places in the world, like well, think about if you live like well, not a lot of people live up in the Arctic, like way up in the Arctic where it's like snow all year round. But there is places in the world where it is hot all year round, even if it's a little bit cooler for part of the year. There's places where it's just hot and sunny all year round. So some of those places are so hot that people like us, when we go on holidays there, we need to go in their cooler season because we wouldn't be able to handle their hotter season. So, Steve, so we're talking about going on somewhere for a holiday this summer, for a few weeks or whatever, but we don't know where. Maybe somewhere like Portugal or um, Italy. I don't know. Steve asked if I wanted to go somewhere we've already been or if I want to go somewhere new. So I'm not sure. Mom says it's 21 there. See, that's a nice temperature, as long as it's not like, is it nice in the shade as well, or is it like I had to put my sweater on today, a jumper. They call like a jumper, uh, a sweater, a jumper, and it was like basically it was a zip up hoodie, but I would still call it a sweater in Canada, even though it's technically not a sweater in Canada. It's a sweatshirt, like a zip up sweatshirt, I guess, hooded, just zip up. But here they would still call it a jumper, even though it's technically not a jumper either here. I don't know. Whatever. Had to put on a jacket because I was just a little bit chilly. Although I was still wearing shorts and flip flops. But, and yeah, so supper tonight and yesterday were pasties. So if I was to leave England, one of the things I would miss the most is Cornish pasties, and they are. My mom's had these. Like I try to. Everybody comes to visit, I get them to try them. So it's that's the company, and I can't show you one because there's none left. No, there's none left cooked. But it's pastry. It looks like a big pierogi shape, and it has like peppered beef and potatoes and stuff inside. I can show you a chicken slice, which is another type of pasty, which is made with pastry. This has chicken and mushroom. So so it's just like a sort of like meat pie like this. So, but the Cornish pasties are my absolute favorite, and I made them for supper yesterday and then again today. So it was pasty chips and beans. So chips as in like like French fries, but like big steak cut ones, and beans like out of a can. And so pasties, chips, and beans, nice dinner. And I made it again today for the kids, but today for Steve, I made chili and chips. So me and Steve, again, we said after Sunny left that we would get back onto or eating healthy and well, we haven't stopped exercising, but I need to start doing my yoga and shred again and watching what I'm eating and my portion sizes. However, like I said, I've been feeling like such crap this week that I knew that I would get back on it as soon as I felt better. So again, today I started feeling better. So I told Steve to give me a day when he's ready for us to get back on schedule. So until then, I'm gonna keep having not just overeating, like getting really fat, but just having things like the pasty and or chips or things that we wouldn't normally eat. And someday this week, as soon as he's ready, we're back on normal schedule, and it'll be like chicken and veg for a while, like chicken breast and yeah, which I don't mind, but we'll get back to portion sizes and healthy eating and being our healthy self. Mom, I was eating black pudding yesterday. I made a full English breakfast because why not? Because it's not something we would eat during uh, when we're eating healthy because it's like two eggs, like two fried eggs, mushrooms. This is all like fried or grilled or whatever. Mushrooms, tomatoes, beans, sausage, bacon, toast, black pudding, if you like all those things. And so that's what I made yesterday. And I love black pudding. And so I ate some more of it today. And it's made with like oats and blood. And it's made into a log and they cut it into like circles. And then you just grill it or fry it or whatever. And I really like it. But then I was thinking, that I think if you can find somewhere that sells the um, what did I just, what's it called again? Not blood pudding. My brain just shut off. Anyways, if you can find it, then you, in Canada, then that might be a good way of getting your iron in and iron in. Iron, and oh, black pudding. Yeah, black pudding. So it's like in like you can see that I've had these a while. That's why I'm trying to use everything up in our freezer too. Now that I've reorganized with the new fridge and everything else, but they're cut into little slices. So yeah, if you can eat something like that, it'll be good for your like iron. But when I was eating them today, I thought yeah, it'd be good for iron probably because it's made with blood, but it's a bit salty, so you don't want to eat too much of it either. And Diane, I haven't tried my can opener yet because, well, I might make chili this week too to make a big pot of chili so we can freeze more and have that for portions. But I haven't had to do it because the only thing I've made in the last few days is in cans, because I've been eating so unhealthy, is beans, and these ones are all like some of our beans usually have the you need a can opener, but all these ones have been the pull tops that I've been using, so I haven't had any cans that I got to try the can opener yet. So, but I'll let you know, especially if I'm making chili this week. Again, like I said at the beginning of this, which I don't know if you're on when I said that, but I don't even know how to use our cooker yet. It's an induction hub which uses electric, magnetic, whatever. So it doesn't heat up the surface doesn't heat up, but it'll heat up whatever's in the pot. But the pots need to be magnetic, uh, so some kind of metal that's magnetic. So it means you have to read or watch a YouTube video, or like some kind of thing to learn how to use our cooker first before I can even make the beef to make the chili, or I'll just do it on the burner outside on the side of the barbecue, which is what I've been doing. Auntie Dan says Tupperware has great freezer containers, so that does happen. Yeah, I know, Auntie. If I lived there, it would probably be your biggest customer. But it's a lot to get it from you all the way here. But listen, you know what we'll do? Anytime we know that someone's coming to visit me from Canada, we'll check what I need or what I want from Tupperware, and we'll try and I'll try and put in an order every time somebody comes to visit me, and I'll slowly build up my Tupperware collection. So yes, that is that. I'm gonna have a drink. We're at 38 minutes, so that's gone by quicker than I thought. Something that Steve likes in the kitchen from previous, let me tell you after I drink. Excuse me. Okay, with that, and she says great idea about the Tupperware. The thing about it is that what I do when I go to Canada is I put a bunch of stuff in a suitcase in my carry-on. Well, I don't take a lot of clothes when I go to Canada for myself because I know my mom and sisters is like the same size as me, and as long as they don't mind, I borrow their clothes. That way, I don't have to bring as much. But then in my big, not carry on, my big, the one you check in, the big case, I can bring lots of stuff from here to Canada for everyone there. And when I empty it out, I have all this room to bring stuff from Canada back here. So the same thing can happen, which is like what Sonny did, is that he brought me my Tupperware here. So it took up room to bring something here, but then he has that room on his journey home for souvenirs and things that he buys from here. So other people just will have to follow that. But something that Steve likes in the kitchen, and we're gonna have to try and mimic somehow, because I always wanted like a witchy looking kitchen. I want my stuff in like I need to do that with all our spices too, because they're in spice jars that are marked, and I made sure that I bought all over the years. I bought the spices the same brand. So even if I buy a different brand to fill them with or bags to fill them with, all the ones in the spice rack matched. But they don't make that label on them anymore. And uh, also, the thing is that the spices when you buy them from the store, they don't seal like airtight. And here it's more humid in the air. They probably get this in BC as well, I guess. But I mean, we do get it a little bit in on the prairies, but not like here. Like when you have like a garlic powder or something and it cakes up and it doesn't stay um, like dry and grainy. So I've tried putting rice in them to absorb the moisture and so that they don't cake up, but it's not working. So me and Steve bought all these mini jars that they have the lids that have the seals where you like close the little lock on it to hold it like airtight. So I need to change our spices that we use into. 'Cause I don't need to have spices that look nice but we don't use. Um, yeah, into those airtight things. So what my point is that I like things in jars that look nice, but the label might be on the bottom or the label might be. I just noticed that that cupboard's not shut. That bugs me. Okay. Yeah, so I like things. So this over here in this corner, we like the way this looks, but at the same time, when you have a nice kitchen, we don't want to keep this specific. This is a CD rack that I changed into this, and it has the jars like that that have the I don't know what they're called. They're not mason jars, but they that close and airtight. So we like the look of this, and that's how I'd like to have everything. So I like bigger ones like that, smaller ones like that, like the small ones that we're gonna do the spices in, and how we get that look with without it looking tacky in a nice kitchen. So I would like, yeah, I just pictured this big in my kitchen if I was like my little witchy self by myself without a partner or whatever. I would have like this big old looking kitchen with this like big wooden shelf and all these jars of like, so if you're a witch you'd have your I don't know, frog's feet, whatever, toad's eyeballs, like whatever you need to make your um, spells and stuff. But I would just do it with normal kitchen stuff, like all your pastas and everything else. And yeah, so Auntie Diane says Tupperware can help with that as well. Spice shakers that are airtight. Laugh aloud. I'll send you photos. You can build a wish list. That's true. Actually, I like those little salt and pepper shakers. Where are those? All my camping stuff got like I left it in Canada, so either somebody has it or it got stolen out of my garage after I moved here. And but I don't think I have them anymore. But they're like the really tiny salt and pepper shakers from um uh Tupperware. And yeah, and they seal shut. Yeah, I like those. So that'll have to go on my wish list. And they're small for whoever is putting them in their suitcase to bring over. Yes, so I'd like a witchy looking kitchen with things matching, but I don't want it to look too um, cluttered or disorganized. And if it's not out here, it might just be like that in the pantry once we have the pantry built. I'm thinking of having a butler pantry, which means that it has like countertops and shelves or whatever, but you have a counter in there, so like the toaster and like the bread box and stuff can be in there too. So if so you can actually prepare stuff in there as well. So I'm thinking even if it's just one side of it having a countertop, so it's like maybe a half of a butler pantry. But we'll see what happens. But that is our next. Well, the next thing is the bathroom that's right across from the kitchen, which will be our ensuite when the garage becomes our bedroom. So that's what we're working on next. But then out that way is the extension, which is the utility room and the pantry, etc. That we need to design and get a builder. Steve has a builder, but he's working on 4 houses that Steve and some other people are getting built right now. Uh, so he's busy. But I think if he's the builder, they'll be doing our extension. But we need to get like the blueprints done, and figure out exactly what we want. So that is the next on the agenda. But yeah, the bathroom is halfway done right now. I need to paint the ceiling in the bathroom, so that's on my schedule this week. And it just paint it white because it's easier to do now when the bathroom's not finished and the electricians have put the lights in, but they're the same like spotlights that we have like up here, like the pot lights. So they're easy to take off, and I can just roll the whole ceiling and get it done while nothing else is in there. So yes, that is on my agenda. I already have the my roller and tray out and ready to go because I had it for the kitchen here, and it's just again like waiting for a rainy day or the fact that I wasn't really feeling good this week. So this past week. So hopefully this week I get a lot more done, and yes, including the organizing the kitchen so that it's complete. and just waiting for countertops and back and splash backsplash and um, yeah, painting the ceiling and then being in the garden, getting stuff done there. But yeah, it's all coming together slowly. I'd rather home renovations be done in the winter because I like doing the gardening right now. So I know again you won't be able to tell necessarily from pictures because besides the handles being a different color, our windows are very similar to the ones that we had before, except way better quality, and none of them are blown. So they're double pane, whatever. Like they'll be really great for keeping in the cool or the heat or whatever in the house. So, but yes, this is a brand new window behind us, and most of our windows in the house are like that, where they have one big picture panel, and then this opens sideways, and then that one at the top opens like that. So you can just like open the top one and let a bit of air in or whatever. But I'm too short, so but yeah, so that is a brand new window there. And you can see the blue color that I painted the walls. And the ceiling is white, and those are some of the spotlights. So you can see the contrast with the blue. So I don't even know if I should, I think I might have showed you, oh yeah, I did show you guys the blue because when I did my live over in that corner. So yes, the blue doesn't look as dark as I initially thought it did. I think it looks good. So oh, I think other people in the house think it does as well. I don't know what's on the agenda for. Oh, actually, next Sunday is Father's Day, so we will see what the plan is with that. I don't know if I don't know what the plan is with Steve and Father's Day, so I will. I'm sure that I could probably still do my live, but yeah, especially if he's going out with his mates. He didn't go out today because a lot of his mates are on holidays right now, so there wasn't enough of them to go out tonight. But yeah, next Sunday, even though it's Father's Day, he might still be going out. So we'll see what the plan is. But I'm almost certain that I'll be doing my live next Sunday too, because it's only an hour of the day. But I don't know what our plans are for Father's Day. But and again, I'm almost certain that Father's Day is the same day in Canada. So don't forget this week to do all the things you need to do for Father's Day. And Samantha's on now, and she says she wishes she was on holiday. I am on holiday in my house and being in my garden. That is enough for me, and having my pop. But saying that, um, I don't have a 4-year-old and a newborn to deal with, so I can understand why you would want a holiday and a break from that. Hope Spencer is doing great today, Samantha, well, in general, but yes, and I hope you're doing well as well, and the rest of the family. Sending you loving kisses. But obviously, everybody on the live likes to know how Spencer's doing and how you're doing, so you can comment and update us. I haven't done my workout yet today, so any better. We're at 48 and a half minutes. Yeah, I haven't done my workout, so I need to do that today. And like I said, Steve hasn't gone out, so I will, after I've done my workout, I will watch some television with him because we're trying to finish Breaking Bad that we finally watched. This is season 5, so we only have, oh, I think we have like 9 episodes left, so of season 5, and then that'll be it for Breaking Bad. But the thing is that we watch a show called Gogglebox here, which is, oh wait, actually, let me interrupt myself because Samantha says, does Spencer class as a newborn until his after his due date? He is 3 pounds and 5 ounces now. Your kitchen looks great. Thanks, that kitchen. Good that he's getting bigger. And yeah, I don't know how long a newborn qualifies as a newborn, but I would say that they're a newborn for at least a couple months. So, and he's over a month old. So yeah, I'd still call him a newborn, especially because he's so tiny and he's still in the hospital. So I'll probably call him a newborn for longer than I would if he was. No, I think even for a few months out of the hospital, I would call him a newborn. But yes, whether he's a newborn or not, he's still a baby and a lot of work um, at home or in the hospital. So yes, so Samantha says watch Better Call Saul after Breaking Bad. Yes, that's a spinoff series that we do. That is our plan. However, this is what I'm trying to say. So we watch Gogglebox, which is basically a show of normal people from different walks of life. It's like the same people every week, but they you watch them watch TV and their reaction to programs. And it's not like the whole half hour show or hour show that you watch. It's just highlights of like when they're watching something from that week, like the news or a program, and they comment on it. And it's really funny and it's really great. And I love Gogglebox. But Gogglebox is done for the season, but then they do Celebrity Gogglebox. So you're watching celebrities watch TV and comment on it. And on Friday, that's when Gogglebox is on, the Celebrity Gogglebox started, and one of the programs that they're commenting on is Stranger Things, because season 4 of Stranger Things is out, or the first half of it, anyways. And me and Steve haven't saw Stranger Things, so in order to watch the Gogglebox episodes, they'll be talking about Stranger Things. We want to watch the Stranger Things episodes, but we're trying to finish Breaking Bad. So in between, okay, so we're gonna finish Breaking Bad, then we're gonna watch the Stranger Things, and then we'll watch Better Call Saul. We still have we still have the last season of Billions that we haven't watched yet, and has Ozark come out yet? The last season of Ozark, or the first half? No, did we see the first half of the last season? I don't know. Anyways, we have so much that we still need to watch, but Samantha says we are up to date with Better Call Saul. Wait a second, are they still making Better Call Saul? I didn't realize that. I thought it was this is never ending. So much TV, and I don't even. Part of the problem is that Steve uses TV to relax when he's worked hard all day and everything else. I only watch TV in the evenings when I finally sit down with him. So we would get through these things a lot more if I watch TV more, but I don't. I'd rather be outside or doing stuff. And yeah, so what was I thinking about? I don't know. Lots of things to watch. But yes, so need to do my workout and then watch TV with Steve. Yeah, I can't remember what I was gonna. I know it was about a different series that we were gonna watch as well, but I can't remember what it was that I was what series I was going to mention. So yes, it is Sunday, and I am excited to catch up on my Gardener's World too, because there was the Tat and Flower show, and so I'm not done watching all the Tat and Flower shows, and so I was trying to watch that before I went back to Gardener's World. So I missed last Friday's Gardener's World, and then this Friday that just passed, that Gardener's World. So I need to catch up on those, but I'm still watching the Tat and Flower show and watching those. So there's like so much that I need to do to watch, but we'll see. So yeah, oh, and Sunny said, I don't think he said it on, did he say it on did he tell me on on the Rambling Hour? I don't think he did. I think he just told me. Okay, so there's a Canadian sketch show, like sketch show, like Saturday Night Live or whatever, like a sketch comedy show. That used to be on when I was growing up, and it was called Kids in the Hall, and it's super funny, and it's Canadian. And he told me that Kids in the Hall is back on, and it's on Netflix, and he checked, and I can get it here too on Netflix. So Kids in the Hall is back on, and that makes me really happy. So I want to check that out as well. Samantha says, gotta go. Love you. Love you too, Samantha. Say hi to Spencer, give him kisses, and the rest of the family. Um, yes, so my brain is, I just don't even know what I was talking about. Cheers. Just pop. So hopefully I get a lot done this week, and hopefully you do too. It's mid-June, so in Canada, most of the kids are finishing up school pretty soon. And actually, saying that, Allison is done her college already. She had her last day on Thursday. Aurora is done on the 23rd, I think. I think Aurora will be done on the 23rd because she's in year 11, which is the last year of high school, unless you do your A levels or you go to college. Is what's next for her is A levels, which is like it's like getting better marks or better classes than year 11, or just like moving up, or you can go to college. So she is going to be going to college in September, but I think she's done year 11 on the 23rd. And then Erica, which is what most normal years here, the grades here, finish school halfway in July. So Erica will still be in school. And Lori says, Lisa, I thought of you the other day. I saw a, I'm going to assume that was supposed to say British TikTok with flavored carbonated water, but it says Burla TikTok with flavored carbonated water and added a splash of balsamic vinegar, and it's like Diet Coke. Was that supposed to say Brita TikTok? I don't know. Okay, wait. Flavored carbonated water and added a splash of balsamic vinegar, and it's like Diet Coke. Thought you needed to try that. Oh, a viral TikTok. I saw a viral TikTok with flavored carbonated water and added a splash of balsamic vinegar, and it's like Diet Coke. So, what was the flavor of the carbonated water before they added the balsamic vinegar? Because we have a soda mate here, so I can make carbonated water and add any flavoring to it. But I just balsamic vinegar in I don't like carbonated water anyways, like just carbonated water and even flavored water, depending on the flavor. So they used a brand here called LaCroix. They say any flavor works. So you just have flavored carbonated water and you add a bit of balsamic vinegar and it'll taste like pop. I can't knock it until I try it. My face wants to be like gross, but again, you don't know if something's good or not until you try it. So even if it sounds disgusting, just like I said, that I ate black pudding yesterday and today, which if I say it's oats and blood, people will want to gag and throw up. But I like it. It tastes yummy. So, uh, Laurie says yes. It has to be you that tries, the true connoisseur. Oh my gosh. Okay, Lori, what I will do is I will look for this TikTok. If you can find it, just send me the link to it and I will watch it. And then I will try this live on my Rambling Hour next week. And we will see live what I think of it and what my reaction is. Okie dokie. So I don't know if I'm a true connoisseur, but we'll see what it's like. Um, yeah, now I'm just trying to think of all the weird. If you guys can think of anything else that you want me to try live, I'm up for trying anything because, like I said, you don't know if you like something or not unless you've tried it. If you try it and you don't like it, that's fine. But even saying that, a rule that we've had with kids and my parents kind of had with us is that every time something's served, you should try at least one bite of it because your tastes do change. So there's so many things that I eat now that I didn't like when I was younger and it's true that your taste will change. So there's other things that I really liked when I was younger that I don't really eat now. So every time something's there, you should at least try a bite of it because you don't know when your tastes are going to change. Actually, something that what is it that well, one of the things is like brown sauce here. It's like kind of like a sour plum sauce that they put on like a sausage sandwich and like bacon and sausage like in breakfast. And it is even though I like prunes and everything, the daddy sauce, daddy is the brand. I'll show it to you. I'll grab it. It's a brown sauce, and when I first tried it, I really was not a fan of it. But now, sometimes when I'm making Steve a bacon sandwich and I use it, if it's on my fingers, I'll have I'll lick it. And I'm starting to warm up to the taste. And there's something else. Oh, I know what it is. It's these little hard boiled candies, boiled sweets, and they are aniseed flavor. And what are they? What are they called again? There's another name for them. I'll put it in the comments. But it's an aniseed flavor sweet. And one of my friends from Canada was sending me cinnamon hearts, which I miss and love from Canada. So she had told me about these aniseed I think that's what they're called, like aniseed twists, but they're just a hard candy, like aniseed flavor. And she told me about these that her grandma used to give her when she was little, and asked if I could get her some from here. So I did, but I bought like a huge bag of them, and I couldn't post all of them because it would have cost like way too much. So I sent some to her, and I had the rest in the bag, and I didn't really like them. So, but I put them out in a dish for whoever wanted to eat them. And our electricians were here, and they really liked them. And well, one of them, he really likes them. And then uh, yes, yes, Lori, I'm on Instagram. And um, oh, so he really liked them. And then because they were out, you kind of just grab one and eat it and whatever. But now I really like them. I don't eat them all the time, but I do sometimes like, well, actually, I keep the bags that I have are in the freezer so that they don't get soft. But when the electrician's coming, I'll put some out and I find myself having a few of them. And so it's weird how like that flavor that I initially didn't like, and so I guess I need to try like Marmite as well, which from what I've tasted, like just a little bit of Marmite, I don't like it. But maybe it's like maybe I would like it if I try. I don't know it, but like I think they put Marmite on toast. But basically, it's like I think it's like beef flavor, beef. Ugh. Like so, even just thinking about it makes me, because I've tasted it, not because I'm knocking it. If you like it, you like it, but I've tasted it and it's not a flavor I like. But I haven't actually spread it out on toast and had it on toast, so I'll have to try Marmite. And I know in Australia they have Vegemite, which is something that they eat there. So um, yeah, so if there's anything, I could do that too. Okay, that's what I'll do. Okay, so next week I'll do the drink, and then I'll put so we'll be in the kitchen again on Rambling Hour. But I'll get some Marmite, and I'll make a toast, and I'll actually put the Marmite on the toast and take a bite of it, and I'll show you guys what it is, and we'll see if I like it or not. So if there's anything you can think of from now until then that you want me to do on my live next week, then let me know, and I'll try and have it here. I mean, I could eat scones with clotted cream and jam. That's yummy. I know I like those, but I don't think you just want to watch me eating. You'd rather see me testing things and seeing what my reactions are to them. If you've been to England or anywhere in the UK and there's something you've tried, or somebody's brought you something there that you've tried that you want me to try here, let me know. Not everything that's available in Canada is available here, but I'm willing to try anything once or more if I like it. So yeah, let me know if there's anything else that you can think of. But that gives me some ideas for next Sunday. So yes, Marmite on toast and what was it? Oh, and the beverage with the balsamic vinegar. So I know, Lori, that I saw that you sent it to me on Instagram. So I'll check out the reel and see what it's all about, and I will do that on my live next week. So next week we will be from the kitchen. I don't know what area, if I'll show you some more of the kitchen or not. But if I get my button gear and I feel better this week and I organize the glass cupboards, maybe I'll turn the camera that way. But yes, do you guys want to see in the fridge really quickly? All right. Okay, but we are past the hour, so I'll show you the fridge and then we will call it a day. See, there's stuff over there. I'm not organized in this kitchen yet, and there's stuff on top of the fridge. So it's not an American style fridge. It's actually a French style fridge. That's what they call it. But I wanted one where it opens. It's a Samsung, and it opens so that it's like really wide for putting platters. I didn't want a side by side where you open one side and it's a fridge and one side and it's a freezer. So I wanted, sorry, I haven't done the feet yet either, so it's not balanced. But yes, so I have it like this, and then this, oh, didn't mean to slam it. This is really cool. On this side so it reminds me of like a restaurant, because we used to have a restaurant, and but you open this, and there's your water jug with your filtered water, and then you put your cup there, and you can get a glass of filtered water, and then under here where there's the freezer, the freezer is on either side here. This can be a fridge or a freezer on this side, or you can have it chilled for wine, or in my case, pop. But we have it as a freezer. And then on this side, you have two trays with your crushed ice and your, what's the other one? Ice bits. and crushed ice and or ice cubes and ice bits. And so you can take the whole tray out. And the cool thing is, if you take the tray out and you get some ice, and you put it back in, it knows how much you've taken, so it only makes the amount missing from the tray. So this is our lovely Samsung fridge freezer, and it is lovely. It makes me happy. And that is the end of my line for this week. So mom says bye, bye mommy. So I hope you've enjoyed the little bit of the kitchen that I've shown you thus far. And I will see you guys next week, Father's Day. So make sure you guys get your stuff in order. Buy your cards, make your cards, make a gift, buy a gift, whatever you need to do for fathers and anyone who is like a father figure or a mom who's had to do the mom and dad roles, whatever, granddads, whoever you are celebrating on Father's Day. And other than that, enjoy your June week and whatever nice weather we have because it is so fleeting and it goes so fast. And we will see you guys here next week. All right. I love you guys. Thanks for the ideas, and we will talk to you later. Bye.